Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wellness and Wahala podcast. A Wellness and Wahala warrior is a winner, a world changer, wise, and winsome. They are dedicated to tackling Wahala, which means issues and problems in Nigerian Pidgin, for the good of humanity. Our tribe of subject matter experts in our village are a voice to the voiceless. Oya, join me, the former diplomat and public health advisor, Dr. ToMuTi, better known as Oma Aba, as she gives you the best public health, wellness, and Wahala gist with wonderful people using their compassion to take action to put us on the pathway to a Wahala-free life. Over to the Wellness and Wahala podcast show. Thank you. Bless up. It's your girl, Dr. Tomi, better known as Ama Aba. I'm back. Yes, I had a rest because it was going on personally and professionally, so I had to take a break, but I'm back. Here is your girl dropping a new episode of Wellness and Wahala podcast. So for those of y'all, let me just jump in. April is Diversity and Inclusion Month, y'all. So let me tell y'all what that is, especially being Nigerian American, first generational Nigerian American here in America, raised by Nigerian parents and firstborn in America. Me and my sisters, have brothers back at home, but Diversity and Inclusion Month is dedicated to promoting and celebrating diversity, equity, and inclusion in various aspects of life, including workplaces, schools, communities, and beyond. It's a time to raise awareness about the importance of creating inclusive environments that respect and values individuals from all walks of life, regardless of their race, ethnicity, gender, religion, disability. We are all made unique. God has made us unique. Okay, we all have our own individual blueprints. Nobody has, our blueprints, our fingerprints. God made all of us unique. Even if you be a twin, if you check your fingerprints, they different. God made you each unique and beautifully and wonderfully made, y'all. So we need to appreciate each of our diversity and uniqueness, because that's what makes the world beautiful and our nation. Diversity and Inclusion Month, organizations and individuals often engage in activities such as workshops, trainings. If you haven't taken any diversity, equity, and accessibility and inclusion trainings, I would suggest you do. Also on cultural celebrations, I'm Nigerian, so any of my American friends, I introduce them to our culture, our Afrobeat music, our clothing. And, of course, my mom, ToMuTi Cookbook. If you haven't got her ToMuTi Cookbook, get it on Amazon. I had to drop some shout outs to her. But her famous, Nigerian jollof rice. We have, a West African jollof wars. And, of course, Nigeria, we're number one. So, I'm biased. But, diverse foods. It's just good to learn. And also travel is learning. I just came back from Hawaii, deployed for work, TDY for a conference, a Pacific Island Health Officer Association meeting, and it was great. I support the U.S. Pacific Island and the work that I do. So the 3 territories and 3 freely associated states. So the 3 U.S. territories, American Samoa, and CNMI, Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, and also Guam was there. Ministers of Health, Directors of Health, and my colleagues that I've been working virtually over the past 3 years during this pandemic, but I was able to see them for the first time, so I'm blessed. Then the freely associated states, Ministers of Health, and senators, and many high-level officials and stakeholders, both internally in the federal government and externally. So Federated States of Micronesia, Republic of Marshall Islands, and Palau. And also it was based in Hawaii, so learning that culture there, aloha, meaning hello. In Guam, it's like half a day. In American Samoa, it's talofa. So it's good to learn different languages. That's part of our diversity, our beauty. So we should celebrate the rich diversity that exists within the communities here in the U.S., both on the mainlands and in the islands. We also have Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico. That's part of the territories here. But I've learned a lot in my work just supporting these U.S. Pacific islands. So how can you observe and celebrate Diversity Month? So I've had to drop some hints, y'all. Number one, you need to be considerate to everyone. The point of celebrating diversity is to respect and appreciate everyone, no matter where they come from or the color of their skin. Treat people equally with the amount of respect. Treat people how you want to be treated, okay? Consider people how you want to be treated, okay? That's as simple as it is. And it makes the world a better place. Respect people, give people honor, salute them. You understand? Humble yourself. God says that he will exalt the humble. When you're too proud, you think, my race is better. You just make yourself look like you be better. Do you understand? The only person that is better than anybody is God. And Jesus Christ, the Messiah, period. But other than that, he has created all of us equally. So we need to respect each other and appreciate our differences. And once again, I like to give a shout out to my sister, also ToMuTi Travel Agency. She gives you the best deals. Traveling is learning. You learn about different cultures and languages, the food, the diversity, the people, history is really good. Listen to people from other cultures. If you are working in the Pacific, I like to get close to my colleagues that are there, learn the language. Even I got a gift from the Marshall Islands from my colleague, a beautiful chain, seashell chain, and I wore it, during the conference, and it was so nice. Even my Uber driver, can you imagine, was Marshallese, and it was like, oh, that's so beautiful, recognize it. So it's so good to embrace other people's culture. I love it. Learning by traveling is key. It's not everything that you can learn from books. Sometimes you have to interact with people and travel. So listen to people from other cultures. Some of the world's most urgent problems stem from the fact that minorities tend to not feel as represented or listened to as the majority. If you have colleagues or co-workers who feel like their concerns are not being heard, listen to what they have to say, help them get their points across, advocate for them. If you're in a position of power, advocate for those that people don't necessarily listen to. You understand? If we can foster more inclusive work or social environments, then we are one step closer to achieving global harmony and a better world, okay? Then number 3, learn more about different cultures and lifestyle. As I said before, one of the ways that I have friends from different backgrounds. I interact with them, like next month, May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, Disability, inclusion, and accessibility. So this is a bonus track in regards to disability and diversity, equity, and inclusion by the United Nations Disability Inclusion Strategy, which launched in 2019, provides the foundation for sustainable and transformative progress on disability inclusion through all pillars and areas of the work of the United Nations, including human resource management. The strategy enables the UN system to support the implementation of the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disability and other international human rights goals like the Sustainable Development Goals. Through the strategy, the UN system will systematically embed the rights of persons with disability from all forms of diverse cultural background to work together, and we will build trust and confidence among persons with disability to ensure that they are valued and have dignity. And especially, this is close to my heart, having my mom, who's disabled, and she fell and had multiple surgeries on her leg. It was just a very traumatic experience for my family. Even recently, I got injured and fell and tore my meniscus and have to get injections and also physical therapy. So and had to make a lot of accommodations, even change the seat, even though I work from home, thank God, but it's a lot of accommodations. I thank God also I have like a therapeutic bed and my mom. So it's the remote control one where I can adjust and elevate my leg. So disability inclusion is also extremely vital, not just cultural diversity here. How can we behave in ways that are disability inclusive? While all United Nations personnel must be aware, and most personnel should be aware of disability inclusion, is especially important for managers and supervisors, directors, those in the senior management team, to be inclusive in the hiring process and the management. Being inclusive specifically means 1, taking time to build relationships with your team members, 2, educating team members that some disabilities are not visible and that they are not surmountable, 3, asking about their lives and work-life balance to alleviate concerns about the disabilities they might have, 4, protecting the privacy of our colleagues and allowing to share it when comfortable, 5, identifying the best method of communication, organizational style, and preferred workspace arrangements. Then encouraging use of flexible working arrangements as its benefits, productivity, and work-life balances for all staff. That's 6. 7, ensuring reasonable accommodation where needed. 8, providing frequent, clear feedback about daily or weekly projects and progress towards overall goals and work plans. And also 9, scheduling regular feedback and discussions. All staff, regardless of disability, need to hear their performance is viewed and to find out what they need to do to improve. And as I mentioned before, taking diversity, equity, and inclusion trainings and making it required, especially for all management and all supervisors. And when I mean accessibility, some of the things that needs to be provided, like desks, when you're working at a desk, some things that you need, like screen readers, keyboard navigation, adjustable chairs, adjustable desks, so many things, text color contrast, block blinking, help. So there's so many like different accommodations and accessibilities that should be put in place, and adjustments that would be needed for those that have disability to modify and change those settings to make it functional for them, and assist with the technologies that would better make them more accessible into having an enabling environment to work. So thank you. Once again, all of us should do our part for a more diverse and equitable and inclusive and accessible world and workplace, both publicly and privately. We all need to be doing things in our professional and personal life. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Bless up. February is Black History Month. Try to learn. You understand? There's a lot of parades. There's museums that you can go to, African American museums. When I travel and I go to different countries, like when we went to Dubai, we went to their museum there. Go and find out what's happened from the past, the present, and and where we there. You understand? So, because to really understand what's they happen now, you have to even understand the historical part. So I'm a person that loves going to museums and reading about, what's going on, where people come from originally, how they have adapted and go to where they are today, the process. It helps to learn about different cultures for you to understand them further. Most of the problems in the world now, all the while highlight that they face now, is many of them is from lack of understanding and empathy. That's why many countries are at war. You understand? Lack of understanding. The one person thinks that's better than the other. Now rubbish. And because we're from different cultures, so interacting with other cultures or those living in different lifestyles than yours can help eradicate those misunderstandings and even prevent wars. You understand? So take the extra and do it in a humble way. You understand? So, and also encourage others to respect differences. Diversity doesn't merely mean recognizing different cultures and ethnicity. It's about how we understand them and how we are willing to listen and appreciate those differences that others have. Celebrate Diversity Month is a month dedicated to gaining new perspectives on the lives of others around you as a way to educate yourself and foster a more tolerant society. Also, it helps broaden our horizon. To truly understand others' perspective, we must be able to broaden our own and fully experience them for ourselves. Humble yourself to learn. Do you understand? We're lifelong learners. We always go learn. Don't say because I have a degree, I already went to school, I don't finish learning. Now, rubbish. You understand? You learn every day. I even learn from my daughter. I learn from my sister. I learn from everybody I interact with on my team at work. I always grow and learn. I don't think that I know everything. Do you understand? Humble yourself. You go learn. But if you think you know everything, you're not going to learn anything. Do you understand? There is no better way to understand a different culture than to experience it. Travel, as I said, engage with other people, celebrate diversity in a way for us to develop a greater sense of respect towards others and celebrate our differences. After all, it is these differences that make the world as interesting and beautiful and unique as it is today. Also, it takes you out of your comfort zone, I understand. But it's a time to reflect. You understand? For those belonging to the majority class, and though months, messages, and celebrations can be refreshing and thought-provoking, and try to humble yourself and engage with other cultures. Don't say, "Oh, I'm this class, I'm better." No, you're nobody better. God made all of us equal. Sometimes we tend to be too isolated in our worlds that we're unable to see the world around us, especially if you just engage with one race or one group. It's better. All my friends, I have friends from different, matter of fact, all the 7 continents. I have friends everywhere. And if I don't have a friend there, I have a friend or a family member that has somebody there. Do you understand? So we always try to expand your horizon. And one of the tips, I guess, I will give you one more time. ToMuTi Travel Agency, contact her. Travel, learn, and engage with other people, engage with other cultures, not just in your work, but outside of your work. Hence, Celebrate Diversity Month is a way to push us out of our comfort zone and into something greater and more worthwhile. And it helps us to appreciate the diversity and the beauty of our people and our nation and our world. And just the beauty of God's creation, that He made us so unique and so diverse, but it makes us so beautiful, and we should be inclusive. If it's a workplace, having a diverse an inclusive executive board that has both, females and males and people from different races that are highly educated and that can bring the innovative strategies to move you forward. Those with diverse workforces, they actually perform better and those companies better than those that are not. The facts are there. Go and do your research. I tell you, they did. So let us embrace our diversity and do the extra steps you need to do. If you don't understand, there's a lot of free online trainings. I will drop some links for some diversity and inclusion and accessibility trainings. But it is very important that we do our part. Even it's not just in your workplace, but even personally, try to engage with other cultures, learn, go to cultural events, museums, travel, and just appreciate the wonderful diversity of this nation and our people and our world. So thank you for tuning in, and I will leave you with the African proverb of the week about diversity. So one of the proverbs says, "The beauty of the world lies in the diversity of its people." Once again, the beauty of the world lies in the diversity of its people. So I love that proverb. It's an unknown author, but wonderful proverb. It hits it. I love African proverbs. Once again, the beauty of the world lies in the diversity of its people. Thank you. Bless up. And I wish you wahala this week and season. Much love and blessing. Mwah.
We lift you high, hands up, hearts open wide as we cry. God, we lift your name high. Let all the other names fade away. Oh,
Yes, sir.
let all the other names fade away till there's only you. fade away. Let every other name fade away. Till there's only you. Let every other name fade away. Jesus, take the wheel, oh God. 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 I surrender everything to you. I surrender everything to you. You can chop the course and take the wheel. Hey! Jesus, take your place.
So this is a bonus waiting day happen. So about just the current affairs that are going on, and just some recommendations on Amazon Prime, the first Nollywood big film that just released, Gangs of Lagos. If you didn't see it, it came out April 7th. It's on now on Amazon Prime. It is thebomb.com. I mean, get ready, okay? It's an action drama movie. A lot of drama, bloody drama, but it's very relevant even to what's going on in Lagos and across Nigeria today, especially with the past elections. Also, wanted to talk on the latest of Apostle ToMuTi and his wife, the prophetess, who got arrested wrongfully in Abuja when they flew from Lagos to Abuja for a prayer retreat. They were picked up at the airport by DSS. They were harassed because of his, and when they went into questioning, I believe in regards to his prophecies about the election and the corruption and all the violence and evil that happened. And thank God that they're British Nigerian citizens. His twin brother, Toby Abayomi, in UK was able to contact the UK government officials, and I'm sure they're going to contact with the British UK High Commissioner, the ambassador in Abuja, Nigeria, and they were able to release them, and they left abruptly with their 3 young children back abroad to London. I think they're now in the US, but they were able to safely escape. Freedom of speech, unfortunately, is no longer free in Nigeria and safe. And Nigeria is supposed to be a democratic country, being the most populated country in Africa. We really need to know waiting day happen. We are here in the diaspora, but it saddens me what is going on back at home. So I'm gonna continue to write our U.S. Congress officials. I've already wrote Representative Johns, and then also Senator Corey, who is the chair of the African Subcommittee, Foreign Affairs Committee on Africa, in regards to, for peace and security, and also a lot of our U.S. government investments in Nigeria being the most populated country in Africa, human resources, over 200 million people, and the richest country generating GDP country in Africa. Number one, especially because of our oil and other natural resources that we are blessed with. The elections, I'm quite disappointed. It was not free and fair. And I know the opposition party has went to court. I'm praying the justice system will not be corrupted and justice will be served. And I know that God always has the final say. But at the end of the day, we should have freedom of speech regardless of who you support. And when you're prophesying, you're hearing from God, they talked about your own personal opinion. So it's just alarming what's happened. And, I think all the diaspora, wherever you are, we should call on sanctions and justice on these very corrupt leaders back at home. We have the power to speak up. Our people back at home, unfortunately, if they do speak up, they're in danger of being attacked, being thrown in prison, or worse, even probably being assassinated. So it is very important for us in the diaspora because we are blessed, we have dual citizenship, to reach out to our congressmen, officials who head the chair of African affairs, and they can reach out. And also the U.S. ambassador in Nigeria also put out a press statement and highly spoke about them having monitors, U.S. government diplomats, monitors at certain voting stations at the elections, and they witnessed firsthand, no secondhand news, firsthand, the violence and the corruption that happened. So I'll drop a link also to her press statement, the U.S. ambassador Mary in Nigeria in Abuja. But I'm just highly disappointed. We need to continue to write our government officials and raise our voice and work for a better Nigeria. I also have a link I would drop for the diaspora voting bill petition that I came up with over a year ago, because it's very important that we also, if we can't affect policy, we cannot even vote. We should be able to do absentee voting, and even us in the diaspora be able to vote. We have dual citizenship, but they have not passed that law yet. There's nothing in our Constitution that goes against us not voting. We are Nigerians, whether you're in Nigeria or you're living outside of Nigeria. We should have the right and voice to be able to vote for our leaders. But it's one thing to be given the right to vote and then being able to vote and our votes not being counted appropriately. So, but one step at a time, you understand? So I will also drop the link to that petition. I really appreciate your support. I thank you. And, another waiting day happen news, of course, here for you guys in the America, the diaspora. You guys are following the economy. The dollar is dropping. A lot of banks are in turmoil. It's really good, and I've been reading and doing a lot of research on investing in natural minerals and gold and silver and other things. So I think that we need to really diversify our portfolio of investments, whether it's real estate, whether it's gold. We should not just depend on your one salary. Not gonna work. The economy right now is going to be shaky, and I think that things are going to get a lot worse. I think we're living in like the Joseph season. You should listen to my podcast with Apostle Adefa Ronson talking about Joseph Mandate and his upcoming book that will be coming out. But I think we're in the season right now of planning and preparation, where we have to use our resources this next 7 years, because the next 7 years after this 7 years is going to be, extreme famine and hardship, and so we need to really do our research about diversifying our assets and investments. That's my waiting day happen bonus right now. Lots of other good movies on Netflix. I'm a Nollywood fan, Afrobeat. Davido just dropped his new album, you guys. It's thebomb.com. So shout out to him, especially. He's went through a lot with his wifey, so God bless him, and God bless his wife, and I'm just looking forward to great things. Burna Boy's doing great things. My sister TT Low-Key, Afro Trap Queen, so shout out to them. Afrobeats to the world. Now, we can go everywhere on the radio. We're here, Afrobeats here, streaming in the diaspora. I've always been a supporter since I was young, but I'm happy that the world has catched up. We are the originators anyway, but I'm not going to go there because Africa, I really believe, is the Holy Land. Even if you look when Mary and Joseph was trying to flee from the king that was trying to, kill all the firstborn sons and the babies, and they fled to Egypt, Africa, which is a continent of refuge. Jesus was there. So Africa is very strategic in this time. So even investments in Africa, I think people should diversify in and buying shares and stocks and minerals there. But thank you for this waiting day happen bonus. I hope it helped you. I am going to finish now watching Gangs of Lagos. It's like 125 minutes, but it's well worth it. So yeah, let me know. Drop comments using hashtag Wellness and Wahala. Bless up.